Welcome, you're watching Vox News, your daily news updates with Rita Kamkumo. Our headlines today: a Ugandan court orders security forces to lift the blockade of opposition presidential candidate Bobi Wine under house arrest since the 14th of January election. Egypt begins vaccinating its population against coronavirus. Thousands of Mozambicans fled their homes over the weekend after tropical cyclone Eloise hit Mozambique's second city, Beira. Our top story today: a court in Uganda this Monday ordered security forces to end the blockade of the home of opposition presidential candidate Bobi Wine. Wine has not left his house near the capital Kampala since he went out to vote in the presidential election on the 14th of January, in which he was declared runner-up to longtime President Yoweri Museveni. The ruling by the High Court in Kampala comes after Wine's lawyers launched a petition denouncing his continued illegal confinement by the police and the army and asking for his release. The Ugandan government has argued that it needed to prevent the 38-year-old, who is considered the real victor of the election by his camp, from organizing demonstrations. Egypt on Sunday began its coronavirus immunization program, becoming one of the first countries in Africa to vaccinate its population against COVID-19, with a doctor and a nurse receiving the Chinese-made Sinopharm vaccine.
In regards to the efficiency of the Sinopharm vaccine, it's an inactivated one, which means that it consists of coronavirus, but in an inactive mode. Clinical trials proved that it has 89% efficiency in producing antibodies.
Cairo has reportedly signed deals to receive around 1 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines from British, Chinese and Russian firms.
We booked 40 million doses from the manufacturing company and another 40 million doses via the Gavi Vaccine Alliance and 20 million from a third one. Therefore, more than 100 doses were booked for Egypt.
At least 35 medical centers will be set up in Egypt in the upcoming weeks to administer the vaccine, according to the Health Ministry, with citizens urged to register online. With a population of 98 million people, Egypt has officially registered over 160,000 COVID-19 infections, including nearly 9,000 deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. In Nigeria, an isolation ward at the Yaba Mainland Hospital in Lagos is treating coronavirus patients amid a surge in cases, causing an increase in oxygen needs from 70 tanks a day to 350, according to the authorities.
We've never not had enough oxygen. We've been close to not having enough, and we've been stretched. But we've never actually been in a situation where we have patients that need oxygen and there's no oxygen.
Some of us here, we don't even sleep at night because we have calls that we have to go and attend to. Some of us don't leave, we stay in the hospital 2-3 days, some 5 days.
Anybody that has any kind of symptom should come out, talk. There's nothing wrong about talking. You don't talk, you just go. 6 feet deep.
President Muhammadu Buhari last week approved the release of 6.45 billion nairas, or nearly $17 million to set up oxygen production plants in 38 sites across the nation to help treat coronavirus patients. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, people are rushing to register for a national identification number and link it up with their respective mobile numbers after the government asked telephone companies to block the SIM cards of anyone who fails to do so by the 9th of February.
As a student, I need national ID card because it's the best. I will need it for many things. But hearing that tomorrow they're going to block my SIM because I did not register the SIM card, so I just have to get up and come to this list.
Many citizens voiced concern over the risks of having to wait in a large crowd to register during the coronavirus pandemic.
Truly, if there is COVID-19, I believe that they will not tell us to come out and come and register, what's it called, NI, to come and do a national ID card and making it compulsory that if you don't do it, your SIM will get blocked. If there's COVID-19, then everybody should just go back home and sit down so that we avoid the crowd.
COVID is actually real. COVID is real. I know people who are living with COVID right now. COVID is real. I'm so scared. I'm scared for my children and my family. I'm healthy. I'm not supposed to be here. For a long time, I'm exposed to crowd for a long time. This is not the best of time. And even if they're going to make it this way, then they should make the other centers work so that the overcrowding won't be in every center. Let them work.
You hotel, they can only do 50 in a day. Why we have up to 6,000 people standing here? It's unfair. They can't even roll 100 in a day. Check your time. We are here since 15 minutes after 5 in the early morning. I have been here. Till now, I have not even know whether that is going to work.
We are not supposed to be in a crowd like this. We are trying to avoid crowd. So why? I think there should be another way to make it easier for people to be able to attend to get this registration done. If it can be done through a network, maybe through the internet, I think it will be better.
The government's move aims at tackling a wide range of issues in the country, from easing out problems in policy making and budget planning to fighting rampant crime. Yet another high-ranking official has died of coronavirus in Eswatini. Eswatini Minister of Labour and Social Security, Makosi Vilakati, died on Saturday evening from COVID-19 related complications. Vilakati passed away at a South African hospital where he had been admitted for specialized treatment not available in the kingdom after testing positive for COVID-19. He becomes the third cabinet minister to die from coronavirus in the small southern African kingdom, formerly known as Swaziland, after Minister of Public Service Christian Changaze, who passed away last week and was buried on Saturday, and Prime Minister Ambrose Dlamini, who died of COVID-19 in December 2020 while undergoing treatment in South Africa. In Malawi, a new crowdfunding campaign has raised the equivalent of $100,000 in just a week and helped provide state hospitals with medical supplies to fight the coronavirus pandemic. Stanley Kenani, the man leading the campaign to help his friend who was hospitalized and later died of COVID-19, said that the appeal launched last week on Facebook has already helped buy oxygen cylinders and essential medicines for the 4 leading public hospitals in the country. People in Malawi responded with great enthusiasm to the campaign. The Malawian authorities have applauded the initiative, saying that the government alone cannot meet the health needs of Malawians, let alone COVID-19. Nearly 7,000 people were forced to flee their homes over the weekend in Mozambique after severe winds and heavy rains of Cyclone Eloise damaged thousands of buildings and houses and ruined crops. Eloise on Friday made landfall in the port city of Beira, which was badly hit by Cyclone Idai less than 2 years ago. The tropical cyclone devastated more than 30,000 acres of crops, destroyed 9 schools, and damaged about 17 others, as well as 11 hospitals in the region, according to the authorities. The cyclone has since weakened and has been downgraded to a tropical storm before heading inland to dump rain on Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Eswatini. Ghanaians and mourners from the rest of the world began paying their last respects to Ghana's former president, John Rawlings, in a state funeral which will last until Wednesday. The body of the late stalwart of Pan-Africanism was laid in state in the capital Accra this Monday for public viewing under strict COVID-19 protocols. Rawlings died in November last year at the age of 73 after a short illness, and his funeral was initially scheduled for the 23rd of December, but was postponed because of what Ghanaian authorities called unforeseen circumstances. It will now officially take place in the capital city on Wednesday, with some present and former leaders in attendance. Funeral rites officially started on Sunday, with a church service and vigil held in Accra. On the international scene, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson tweeted on Saturday that he and United States President Joe Biden have vowed to deepen ties between their two countries. Johnson added that the pair also vowed to cooperate on tackling climate change during their first phone conversation since Biden's inauguration. On the football scene, Mali and host Cameroon secured their African Nations Championship quarter-finals places over the weekend. Mali defeated Zimbabwe 1-0 in Douala, occupying the first place in Group A with 7 points from 3 matches. Cameroon, which hopes to become the second host country after Morocco to win the competition for home-based players, drew 0-0 with Burkina Faso to finish runner-ups with 5 points. Burkina Faso came third with 4 points, while Zimbabwe failed to collect even a point in 5 appearances at the tournament. Mali will face the Group B runner-ups in Yaoundé on Saturday, while Cameroon will head to Douala to meet with the Group B winners the same day. That's it for today. Thank you for watching Vox News.